everyone watching the replay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I just wanted to make a quick salad today, and I decided, well, I'm just gonna share my simple tips with you while I'm making it. First, I put the spring mix in the bowl. You'll see it's very, very easy. So here I have my spring mix lettuce. Very simple salad. Then I'm going to be using pomegranate seeds. I like to mix it pomegranate and lettuce. Then it starts to look like this. And I like to use onions, green onions, red onions would be good with this salad as well. Green onions are actually a lot less acid forming than red onion. They're easier to digest. If you are on a detox or if you are healing, you want to stay away from the white and red onion and only use the green part of the green onions. But obviously, if you are eating a clean diet, you can basically just use green onions, red onions, whatever onions you like. If you don't like onions, just don't put them. I also know a lot of people put onion flakes or onion salt. Well, it's not salt, but like onion powder. So what I'm doing here today is I'm using grapefruit juice, fresh grapefruit juice, because I have it, because it's the season, pomegranate, grapefruit, and I want to use the things that are in season because that's when it tastes great, that's when it tastes amazing. And when you're eating a salad, you obviously want to have something that tastes acid so that it brings the flavor up and it gets your mouth to water. So I'm using grapefruit juice today. If you don't like grapefruit juice, you can actually use lemon juice, lime juice, or if you don't have any citrus in your house, actually orange would be delicious too. If you don't have citrus in your house, you can actually use like balsamic vinegar. But again, if you're on healing or detox journey, you want to stay away from the actual vinegar. But if you have citrus, just try it. So I'm just going to pour the grapefruit juice on top of my salad. And the secret here, this is not the right bottle because I transfer them in those bottles. The secret here is to use maple syrup. So once I tried and tested and checked my blood sugar levels, I used to eat the same salad every day around the same time, and I used to use a lot of olive oil because even raw foodists can use a lot of olive oil, cold pressed olive oil. So I was using olive oil in a big phase where I was using lots of oil. So I would have my salad with the olive oil, and then I noticed one day that after hearing about high fat versus low fat diet or lifestyle, I noticed, oh my God, I've been putting a lot of oil and I haven't noticed how much fat that is in the actual food that I'm eating. The percentage of calories were coming from fat was pretty high, and it was creating, in my case, insulin resistance. So I wanted to actually test it, and I did. I used to have the same salad with the same ingredients around the same time. That was a phase. I usually don't do that, but I had a phase like that. And so the day that I switched I left the olive oil and I used the maple syrup in my salad, in my dressing recipe, I noticed that my blood sugar were actually lower like 2, 3, 4 hours after my meal compared to the other days. So I really noticed that right away it made a difference in my physical health. So for people that are not checking their blood sugar level, you can't really see it, you can't really notice it. Basically what you can notice is having a higher level of energy from eating a low-fat meal. So you can eat your salad for lunch with an oil-free dressing, and then notice a few hours after that you actually have a lot more energies than the days that you use olive oil in your salad. So that's a good test for you to try. I tried it and it made a huge difference for me. So it might work for you, it might not work for you, but I really recommend that you try it. So very simple, use any recipe, any salad dressing recipe that you like, and then replace the olive oil by maple syrup. So in here, I'm making this very, very simple salad. We've got the mixed greens, the spring mix with pomegranate seeds, green onions. I put the grapefruit juice, but you can use any citrus fruit juice, or you can use balsamic vinegar, red wine vinegar, but you want to stay away from the vinegar if you are detoxing. So here I'm just going to pour the maple syrup just like I would pour olive oil. And then the sixth ingredient is actually, this is my no salt seasoning. So this one I actually have dehydrated celery, dehydrated papaya seeds, I have dehydrated citrus peel, I have some herbs in there too. Now I wrote down what I put, I just can't remember all of them. I'm just gonna use a little bit on this one because I like that little citrus. It's like having like a fresh citrus zest added to your salad, but you don't have to actually do citrus zest every day. And here I have my salt and pepper mix. So this is so simple to make, so simple. If you want to cut back on the salt that you're using in your kitchen, but you still want the salty taste, you can simply dehydrate celery stalks. So whenever the celeries look good and nice and fresh, you can buy a bunch, wash them, cut them in smaller pieces so it cuts down the dehydrating time. You just put that in the dehydrator and you dehydrate up until it's fully dry. And I also put papaya seeds in there. So it's celery and papaya seeds, and I just pulsed it in my blender up until it's fine enough. So this is my salt and pepper mix, healthier version of salt and pepper mix. So if you don't have that, you can actually, there are lots of no salt seasoning out there. It's great because a lot of them, a lot of companies are realizing that people are trying to get away from salt because the salt, it makes a really hard job on your kidneys, and you obviously want to give all the energy possible to support your kidneys so that you can have a clean system from head to toe. So here I've got my really, really simple salad, and I can't wait to try it. So, but it looks so beautiful. I don't know if you guys can see these colors. And this is the stuff that's in season. So following the season is a good tip to stay healthy. And at the same time, you're eating delicious produce. So I'm just gonna mix it up like that with my fork. I usually have like those, but this is just a very, very small salad, so sometimes I just don't want to wash extra stuff. Sometimes simplicity is best. And I've been overcomplicating things for years. This salad is simple, delicious. So just with what I shared with you today. You can do a multitude of salad. You can pick the lettuce you want, pick the fruit you want, pick the seasoning you want. You can really make this millions and millions of ways. So I hope that you guys enjoyed. Please click the like button if you did, and you can always comment below if you like this video, or if you have any questions. I will always go through all the comments, and I also really appreciate that you took the time to watch this video, and all the likes, all the comments, and all the sharing. So have an amazing day, and I will see you again very soon.